Hey you guys, I'm excited to finally respond to your videos as well as talk to you about how I have come to identify with music, how that began. It's really important. So with that, I hope we can all take from our various experiences these, vast musically inclusive environments, pull away the good tactics that we remember or that we don't remember or that we're, being involved with now that we're in this class. That we can collaborate with each other and explore these tactics and actually be able to use them in our classrooms so that they're effective. The ultimate goal is obviously so that they can retain this stuff. And with music, it has a lot to do with, their capabilities, self-efficacy, and it's going to have an effect on their view of music in general. So music should be really fun, and we can involve so many different things in our classroom with music. That's why it should always, be viewed by the students as something to look forward to, never something to dread. So with that, I will go into my musical experience when it began. I played the recorder in elementary school. I played violin for 3 years as well. Did that from 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. However, I did not use the same methods as you, Carly. You had talked about how you were taught in a way that you... Oh, my blood blistered you, sorry. You were talking about in a way that you could read the songs, you played the songs. I memorized a lot of stuff. It did not benefit me, obviously. I did not retain any of that knowledge. I played the songs. I had to practice a lot, but once I got it down, I got it down. But it mostly just took me time. I could teach myself, but it took me so much more time to read and then figure out where that note was and still go to the next one and just keep going, playing the violin. It's so crazy that everyone learns so differently, and that was so hard for me to grasp, and it still is. I had to reteach myself everything once I came into this class, so reading notes and stuff I didn't really know before, so I had to kind of redo everything, and I think I'm getting there. I hope so. So aside from that, I did have, a lot of experience, dealing with musical instruments. We also got to see them multiple times, throughout the entire school year. I went to music class twice a week. So, Jaden had talked about how you had also seen the instruments in your class and how we had just done that last week whenever we had the visiting lecture. I don't know if I'd call it a lecture. It was a really good class, though, and how we had all gotten involved with the musical instruments. And you guys had all talked about using the guitar, and I think that's a great idea in the classroom. If I could learn an instrument and be really successful with it in my classroom, that is also what I would want to do. But what I actually would rather do, I think, is, accumulate, find these instruments, like just all these random things that you can find in places, which obviously we won't always have these resources. But I just think, I've seen these instruments. My mom has gotten them in, thrift stores, garage sales. And my nephews, they're 2, and they love these little old instruments. And yeah, they're not the best quality, but just having those in the classroom and using them and having your students use them can be a really effective tool. So I think having all these instruments, all kinds of instruments that you can, accumulate over time, because that's what you do, I think, as a teacher, especially in the elementary school, you accumulate so much stuff. And a lot of the teachers I've had, they've just accumulated so many things and that gives them so many more options for things that they can do in their classroom and for involving other lessons with music. So it's really cool, though. So I hope I can do that in my classroom. I would also love to play the piano, which you guys had also mentioned, that's just, yeah, probably electric, but I don't know how easy it would be to incorporate it all the time, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I just don't know. The piano obviously is too big. You guys talked about it, so But other than that, I think that one of my biggest influences on my musical identity has had to do with my dancing. I danced my whole life pretty much from when I was 4 years old till I don't even know how old. I was in 8th grade, and then I stopped. I didn't completely quit, obviously, but I quit like in the sense that I wanted to go into be in the dancing on the dance team in high school. We actually moved states and there wasn't a dance team, so that's how that happened. But my entire life I had done, ballet, I had done jazz, hip hop. Lyrical was my absolute favorite, and I think that has had to do with my taste in music as well as the mood that music puts me in. Because I always listen to music based on what I'm doing or the mood I'm in now. And I often will listen to, classical stuff while I'm doing my homework. Things that are almost, easy listening or soothing almost. If not a lot of, lyrics sometimes, because I just find it really soothing. I don't know why. Maybe because I did enjoy lyrical and I was successful in dancing whenever I was growing up. I liked the other music as well. I really like, jazz. I love Frank Sinatra. I love the oldies. Ella Fitzgerald. I love listening to that kind of music because it just puts me in a good state of mind for what I'm doing. But in other instances, I like to listen to AC/DC and all kinds of other things too. So I can't say I'm totally set on one thing because it has a lot to do with my mood for that day. And I think that can be shown in our classroom too for things that we're doing. So hopefully we can discuss these ideas a little bit more.